Hello and welcome to Autoportal.com, the car buying website that helps you buy better. Well, as a motoring journalist, some days are better than others, and today is one of the better days. Why? Because I've got the Jaguar XF to review for you today and tell you how good it really is. But of course, I don't have to tell you how good looking it is. Now we'll play some music while you take a look around the car's gorgeous looks. Well, with its cat-shaped headlamps, the nice and big muscular grille up front, and lots of chrome in the face, this car looks really classy. When you move on the side, of course, you get these big 17-inch wheels and these muscular and pronounced wheel arches, which really help give it a purposeful stance. The back of the car, with the sloping roofline, looks really sexy as well. Overall, the best-looking car in its class. Well, where the XF really excels in boot department, and because it is square-shaped, and it's got a wide opening, it really is easy to put in that golf bag into this boot. Well, if you thought that the Jaguar XF's sense of drama ended on the outside, you were wrong, because inside it's equally as dramatic as on the outside. When you start the engine, this rotary knob for the gear levers pops out, these AC vents open up, and that really does add to the visual sense of appeal and drama inside the cabin. Also a very practical place to be. You get these twin cup holders over here, this small tray over here to keep your knickknacks in. This glove box is also pretty big. It's got that damp effect which really opens up softly, and all the materials used are absolutely first rate. This black, silver as well as the beige combination works really well. Well, talking about the equipment, you get this big screen over here which has the navigation controls as well as your stereo and the telephone controls on it, and also doubles up as the reverse camera screen when you are reversing. Well, finding a nice and comfortable driving position behind this wheel is really easy because the steering wheel adjusts for reach as well as rake electronically, and the seats also adjust electronically, which really means that getting comfortable behind the wheel is a very easy affair. The dials look very sporty as well, and elegant at the same time. Well, you also get traction control, which you can switch off from this button here, and also winter mode to drive on, which means that if you are driving in hilly conditions where there is snow or ice, you can of course switch this on for better traction from the wheels. And at the end of the day, this is exactly the kind of cabin you want to be in. It's very calm, very serene, and after that long and exhausting board meeting, you'll really enjoy heading back home in this car, cocooned from the outside world with very minimum noise entering this cabin from whatever's happening outside. Well, I'm in the back seat of the XF now, and as you can see, headroom is pretty decent. Legroom is very good as well. In fact, you can really stretch out your legs over here quite nicely. And the quality of material is absolutely first rate. Everything feels really premium, and it's a job really well done by Jaguar. The materials used, the color, everything is really fantastic over here. The only downside, of course, is that this huge transmission tunnel means that whoever's sitting here in the middle will, sit looking a little ungainly. On the plus side though, there's a button here around the front seat, so you can move it from the back for that extra legroom, and you really do get a lot of legroom over here. This passenger can actually really stretch his legs out, in fact go off to sleep on that long journey. Well, can you hear that? Can you hear the engine? No, you can't, because it's a really refined and super smooth unit, and passengers at the back are going to have a tough time actually telling if it's a diesel or a petrol. It's that refined and really adds to the calm and serene ambience of the cabin. It's also very rev happy, which means that even when you push it all the way to its red line, which is around 5,000 RPM, it goes without any fuss. It really is one of the best aspects of this Jaguar XF. Well, the mid-range is pretty punchy, and because it's a 8-speed gearbox, you really are never found wanting in the wrong gear. The car's electronics really work hard to get you in the right gear at the right time, and gear changes are very effortless and very quick. Well, these paddle shifts really add to the sense of driver involvement, and I don't think a lot of drivers will actually end up using the last two gears, the gear number 7 and 8, unless they are going to use this paddle shift automatically. I don't think the car will ever shift into them when you are driving it around town. On the highway, there's a lot of grip from the tires, which means when you want to push this car into corners, it always has that confidence inspiring and very, very predictable handling. While the steering offers a decent amount of feel, it's not as feelsome as maybe say a 5 Series from a BMW, but it's pretty decent. It's pretty good in fact, and I'm just nitpicking right now, but it actually is pretty good. And with this agile and really dynamic chassis, you will enjoy driving this car and pushing it hard into corners. Well, if you want more sporty performance from the gearbox, you can of course shift into the S mode, the sports mode, by just dialing this gauge down. And well, what the S mode really does is it makes the engine hold on to those revs much more longer and makes the gear shifts much more crisper, which means this car's sporty quotient goes up quite a long way. Well, what the Jaguar XF really represents is a nice combination between a sporting saloon and a luxurious limo. It offers dramatic looks on the outside as well as the inside, a very, very nice ride, and a very refined diesel engine, things which most luxury car buyers are looking at. And that really does make the XF a viable alternative to its established German rivals. Well, and as always, if you want to know more about this car and its rivals, head to our website autoportal.com. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on this link above.